In recent years, Bangladesh has been bypassing the US dollar and turning to the Chinese yuan for international transactions. This move has been raising eyebrows and generating questions about the reasons behind it. Why Bangladesh is using the yuan and what impact it could have on the country's economy? Let's find out. Before delving into the details, it's essential to understand the significance of the US dollar and the Chinese yuan in the global economy. The US dollar has been the dominant global currency for decades, and it's used for international transactions, investments, and reserve currency by central banks worldwide. On the other hand, the Chinese yuan is a relatively new currency and is gaining importance globally, thanks to China's emergence as a major economic power. Bangladesh is a small country in South Asia with a population of over 160 million people. The country has been growing rapidly, with an average annual GDP growth rate of 6% in the past decade. However, Bangladesh still faces several economic challenges, including a high trade deficit, limited foreign exchange reserves, and a large current account deficit. To address these challenges, Bangladesh has been diversifying its foreign exchange reserves and reducing its dependence on the US dollar. In recent years, the country has been increasing its use of the Chinese yuan for international transactions. According to reports, the use of yuan for international trade in Bangladesh has surged in recent years, and it has become the second most widely used currency for trade after the US dollar. So why is Bangladesh turning to the yuan? There are several reasons for this shift. First, the yuan is becoming an increasingly important currency in global trade, and many countries are accepting it as a payment method. This trend is driven by China's growing economic influence, and many countries want to expand their trade relationships with China. By using the yuan, Bangladesh can strengthen its trade ties with China and reduce its reliance on the US dollar. Second, using the yuan can also help Bangladesh reduce its transaction costs. When using the US dollar for international transactions, Bangladesh has to pay transaction fees to US banks and comply with US regulations. This can be costly and time-consuming. By using the yuan, Bangladesh can bypass US banks and reduce its transaction costs. Third, using the yuan can also help Bangladesh mitigate the risks of currency fluctuations. The value of the US dollar can fluctuate rapidly, which can have a significant impact on Bangladesh's economy. By using the yuan, Bangladesh can diversify its foreign exchange reserves and reduce its exposure to the US dollar. Despite the benefits of using the yuan, there are also some risks and challenges associated with this shift. One of the main risks is that the yuan is not as widely accepted as the US dollar, and many countries still prefer to use the dollar for international transactions. This could limit Bangladesh's ability to use the yuan for trade and investment. Another challenge is that the yuan is not yet fully convertible, meaning that it's not easy to exchange the yuan for other currencies. This could limit Bangladesh's ability to use the yuan for investment purposes and could make it challenging to convert yuan back to Bangladeshi taka. Finally, there is a risk that using the yuan could strain Bangladesh's relationship with the United States. The US has been a significant trade and investment partner for Bangladesh, and any move away from the US dollar could be seen as a sign of diminishing ties between the two countries. In conclusion, Bangladesh's decision to bypass the US dollar and use the Chinese yuan for international transactions is driven by several factors, including China's growing economic influence, reducing transaction costs, and mitigating currency risks. While this shift presents several benefits, it also comes with some risks and challenges, including limited acceptance, convertibility issues, and potential strain on Bangladesh's relationship with the US. What is your take on this move of Bangladesh? Do let us know in the comments. For more updates and insightful analysis, subscribe to our channel.